The story starts above the White Demon Castle, where a lady hovers in the air while calling the exhausted man below her White Demon Saint Chen Bai. She coldly declares that his failure in the mission has ruined her mood and orders him to go to hell. Chen Bai is stunned by her decision and urges the Lady Goddess of Darkness to wait, hoping she will consider his past accomplishments and give him another chance. However, she rejects his request, declaring that lowly humans have no right to demand opportunities, so his White Demon Castle will be obliterated along with the darkness. Darkness immediately rises from below and begins consuming the entire White Demon Castle. As the concrete floor beneath Chen Bai crumbles, he groans in pain and falls into the darkness, unable to accept that after completing nearly 100 tasks for the Lady Goddess of Darkness, a single failure is enough for her to erase him. His body begins disintegrating, and knowing all of this is happening simply because he is considered a lowly human, Chen Bai refuses to accept it and refuses to submit. As the broken concrete falls toward a pool of water, Chen Bai floats within it and laughs hysterically despite only the upper half of his body remaining. He curses the Lady Goddess of Darkness, Eloise, as the Dark Witch raises his middle finger and declares that he will her. Eloise simply stomps him beneath the water. Chen Bai continues disintegrating as he sinks deeper, surrounded by endless darkness, but suddenly, the hourglass hanging around his neck begins glowing. It starts absorbing energy and something begins reversing. In the next instant, Chen Bai jolts upright on a bed, still raising his middle finger and cursing. However, he quickly notices something is wrong. He is not dead. Looking around, Chen Bai recognizes the dorm from his college days and wonders how he ended up there after being killed by Eloise. The decades of trials felt completely real, making him wonder whether everything was somehow a dream, until he notices the hourglass still hanging around his neck. He obtained this hourglass 20 years after the arrival of the Universal Will, once the trial had already begun. It was the strangest item Chen Bai had ever encountered because it displayed no attributes and could not be destroyed, so he always kept it with him. More importantly, he remembers the sand always remaining at the bottom, refusing to move even when the hourglass was turned upside down. Yet now, the sand is at the top. As it slowly flows backward, Chen Bai recognizes that time itself has reversed and immediately checks his phone. The date is June 5th, 2032, exactly 10 days before the arrival of the Universal Will and the beginning of the trial. Chen Bai recalls that on June 15th, the Universal Will officially descend and begin a trial that kills more than 90% of humanity. The dead will transform into all kinds of zombies and monsters, conventional weapons will become useless, and the world will face destruction in a single night. However, the universal trial does not bring only danger. Those who survive will awaken innate abilities, while magical equipment and items from various copies will descend to Earth alongside the Universal Will. These opportunities are valuable enough to attract gods who control the rules of the universe. Because those gods cannot directly interfere with the trial, they draw humans under their command under the guise of protection, using them to obtain benefits from it. In his previous life, Chen Bai was too weak to survive independently. After paying a heavy price, he eventually entered Eloise's command and desperately completed every task she assigned, hoping to raise his status. Yet, after everything he did, one failed mission was enough for her to erase him. While checking his phone, Chen Bai finds people discussing increasingly strange incidents. Someone questions whether a new strain of rabies has appeared, or whether zombies from a movie have somehow become real because patients at Jiangcheng First Hospital are suddenly going insane and biting people. Another person reports something even more unbelievable, claiming that a corpse undergoing forensic dissection at the Jiangcheng Medical Examiner's office suddenly woke up. Seeing these reports, Chen Bai decides that this time, he must become strong enough to depend on neither humans nor gods. Then he corrects that goal. He will become strong enough to crush even the gods beneath his feet. Eloise can simply wait. A little later, Chen Bai arrives at a hospital while recalling a discovery made 10 years after the trial began. Someone once claimed to have found the only known method for upgrading innate abilities, revealing that innate abilities actually become active during the 10 days before the trial officially starts. If someone discovers, uses, and trains that ability during this period, it can be upgraded. Chen Bai remembers that his innate ability in his previous life was E-rank virus resistance. Following that theory, upgrading it means exposing himself to a virus in advance and forcing the ability to activate and grow stronger. Inside the hospital, he overhears a doctor discussing a patient's unprecedented symptoms with a nurse while she compares the condition to something straight out of a movie. Once the two leave, Chen Bai enters the patient's room. The patient is restrained and gagged, with veins bulging beneath his skin and completely white eyes. Chen Bai confirms that he is indeed a zombie. Taking out a syringe, he prepares to draw from one of the zombie's veins, knowing that if he wants to activate and train his virus resistance innate ability, this zombie is his only option. He inserts the syringe and draws out the zombie's purple blood until it is full, deciding that this amount should be enough to trigger his innate ability. A little later, Chen Bai returns to the dorm and notices that no one else is around, figuring they stayed out all night. He takes out the syringe and stares at it nervously, fully aware that if the theory is wrong, he may simply die here. Still, he chooses to go through with it. Before the reset, Chen Bai spent decades struggling as a weakling, barely surviving until he finally managed to make progress. If he awakens another E-rank innate ability this time, then even with his knowledge of the future, his weakness will still cause him to miss countless opportunities. Rather than start over only to remain weak, he would rather die now. With that resolve, Chen Bai injects the zombie blood directly into his arm. Pain immediately tears through his body as his veins bulge beneath his skin, and moments later, he collapses onto the floor, desperately gasping for air. Suddenly, Chen Bai finds himself in a void, forced onto all fours by the pain as Eloise appears before him. She urges him to stop resisting and embrace the darkness, claiming that for a lowly human, becoming part of the darkness is the most suitable ending. Chen Bai struggles even to call her name, but he gathers every remaining bit of strength and declares that he will conquer her, so there is no chance he will fall here. Back in the dorm, Chen Bai stands on the balcony like an empty vessel. At that moment, the room door opens. He turns toward the three guys entering the room, but his appearance now resembles the patient from the hospital, immediately horrifying all three of them. Chen Bai begins walking toward them while they prepare to fight for their lives and demand to know what is happening. They call out his name, and suddenly, Chen Bai returns to his senses. An awkward silence hangs between the four of them as Chen Bai processes the situation. He casually remarks that they are finally back, then heads into the bathroom and announces that he is going to wash his face, though the three guys remain skeptical. Once inside, Chen Bai pauses in front of the door before moving to the mirror with a wide grin. The theory worked. The zombie virus failed to kill him, meaning his innate ability has successfully upgraded. Now, the only question is what level it will reach once it fully awakens. Suddenly, light shines over Chen Bai, and a voice congratulates him for being selected as a pioneer, granting him the pioneer title and allowing him to awaken ahead of schedule. Chen Bai immediately recognizes the voice of the universal will. Realizing that he has successfully awakened, he orders the title interface to open. The interface reveals that anyone who discovers, utilizes, and trains their ability before the trial begins can obtain the pioneer title. Its effects increase all attributes by 5%, increase experience gained by 10%, and unlock the attribute panel ahead of time. Seeing the percentage boosts, Chen Bai considers it a perfect title. Excited, he opens the innate ability panel, gripping the sink so hard that it breaks beneath his hand. Then the panel finally reveals his upgraded innate ability, SSS Virus Monarch. Chen Bai becomes a Virus Monarch, the strongest ability in the virus element, giving him the power to absorb, utilize, manipulate, transform, and even create viruses. As he tests the ability, Chen Bai reflects that he can currently only absorb viruses, while the absorption range remains extremely limited. To strengthen the ability, he needs a large quantity of viruses, making the hospital the most obvious place to find them. A few moments later, Chen Bai arrives in front of the hospital, only to notice something unexpected. Large numbers of people are running for their lives and desperately calling for help as zombies chase after them, with everyone panicking over how insane the situation has become. As one man passes by Chen Bai, he warns him that those things are zombies and the world is ending, leaving Chen Bai confused for a moment. Then Chen Bai discreetly smirks as a memory surfaces. In his previous life, he heard people mention 3 strange incidents that occurred in Jiangcheng before the trial began, and one of them was known as the Sealed Hospital. The man becomes worried when Chen Bai suddenly charges forward with a smirk, while Chen Bai remarks that he seems to have arrived at exactly the right time. He lunges toward the nearest zombie, grabs its face, and slams it straight into the ground before activating the Virus Monarch's talent skill, Virus Absorption. The zombie virus is absorbed immediately, granting him 1 virus point that can be used to strengthen his abilities. Satisfied with the result, Chen Bai remarks that this is great. The remaining zombies quickly notice him and rush forward, but he declares that none of them are escaping today. Meanwhile, inside the restroom on the hospital's fourth floor, a zombie repeatedly pounds against one of the stall doors while several others gather behind it. Liu Feng, trapped inside, looks terrified, repeating that everything is over because the door will not hold much longer. With the zombie continuing to hammer against it, he believes there is no way out and that they are going to die. He suddenly begins laughing hysterically before turning toward the girl behind him. The girl is crying on the floor as she wonders what they should do. However, she becomes puzzled when she notices Liu Feng trembling and wonders what is wrong with him. Liu Feng looks crazed as he points out that he has pursued her for so long and she never accepted him. So with both of them about to die, he wants her to let him enjoy himself before the end. The girl is stunned and calls Liu Feng, demanding to know whether he has gone mad and why he is spouting such nonsense. Before anything else can happen, the zombie's hand suddenly bursts through the door. Within moments, the entire door breaks apart and the zombie begins forcing its way into the stall. Liu Feng is terrified, unable to understand how this is possible while repeatedly insisting that he does not want to die. Then, without warning, he grabs the girl by the arm. Liu Feng pulls her forward and shoves her directly toward the zombie, using her as a human shield while screaming that he does not want to die. He immediately runs toward the window, focusing on the fact that they're only on the fourth floor. The zombie chases after Liu Feng, and in desperation he convinces himself that it is just the fourth floor. Suddenly, his body ends up hanging outside the window, while the zombie flies past him and falls toward the ground. Liu Feng is left bleeding and unconscious, his body hanging over the edge of the window. Several minutes later, multiple zombie corpses are scattered across the ground. Chen Bai is responsible for defeating them, and while moving through the hospital, he comes across the girl Liu Feng pushed toward the zombies earlier. She is writhing on the floor and beginning to transform into a zombie. Chen Bai notes that this is actually perfect because she is a medical staff member and appears to have only just been bitten. Since there should still be enough time, he activates virus absorption on her. While drawing the virus out of her body, Chen Bai considers that the military will probably arrive soon and seal the hospital, so he needs someone familiar with the building to guide him. He decides to try removing every trace of the zombie virus from her body and see whether that can stop the transformation completely. Suddenly, the normal color returns to the girl's eyes. She quickly sits up in complete surprise while Chen Bai confirms that the method actually works. The girl immediately turns toward Chen Bai and thanks him. Chen Bai points out that she apparently never lost consciousness completely, and after she confirms that she remembers what happened, he grabs her hand and explains that he needs her help with something immediately. The girl bashfully agrees but wants to change her clothes first. Chen Bai suddenly drags her along, insisting that there is no time for that, and she should simply take him to wherever the hospital stores the most viruses. A few moments later, they arrive at the laboratory. The girl explains that this is where the hospital keeps the greatest concentration of viruses because every clinical sample collected from patients is tested here. Chen Bai grabs several vials and decides that they should be enough. He begins pouring the virus samples into a beaker, leaving the girl surprised as she wonders what he intends to do. But Chen Bai only orders her to remain quiet. He places his hand over the beaker and activates virus absorption. One after another, he acquires the hepatitis virus, influenza virus, herpes virus, and HIV virus, gaining 10, 0.7, 9, and 10 virus points respectively. After absorbing everything, Chen Bai turns his attention to the next step. He intends to use all of those viruses to strengthen the zombie virus. Several new evolution options appear before him, including the blacklight virus, ancestor virus, T virus, and cocci virus, forcing Chen Bai to consider which one will benefit his current strength the most. He examines the blacklight virus and successfully obtains its core abilities, evolution and devouring. It increases all of his attributes by 10 while boosting his self-healing ability by 200%. After considering the effects, Chen Bai concludes that the virus mainly specializes in devouring and evolution. Before he can continue, the girl suddenly warns him that zombies are approaching the door. When Chen Bai sees one entering the laboratory, he orders her not to move from where she is. The girl is stunned as Chen Bai instantly lunges forward and grabs the zombie by the neck. Chen Bai notices that he is much faster than before. The zombie probably weighs around 150 pounds, yet holding it feels effortless, making this the perfect opportunity to test his new ability. As he prepares to use it, the skin on his hands opens and a dark aura begins crawling out through the openings. A massive vine-like aura erupts and coils around the zombie, while Chen Bai continues holding it suspended in the air with one hand. The vines scrape and writhe as they tighten around the zombie and begin devouring it. This is Chen Bai's skill, Evolution Devour. And within moments, the vines completely engulf and consume the entire zombie. After finishing, the vines release a faint hiss before retreating back into Chen Bai's hand. Chen Bai walks toward the girl while stretching his shoulders, pleased by how quickly the absorption works and by the stamina he recovers from using it. While the girl flinches, she looks frightened and begins stuttering as she prepares to confront him about what she just witnessed. With the ends of the vine still stirring inside his hands, the girl stares at him in terror, while Chen Bai wonders what is wrong. She takes a deep breath and calms herself before explaining that he saved her, so she trusts that he will not hurt her and promises to keep his secret. Chen Bai accepts that and extends his hand while introducing himself. The girl responds by introducing herself as Su Xin. Suddenly, harsh growling echoes from outside, making Chen Bai wonder what is happening. He quickly recognizes that the military and police must have arrived, sealed off the hospital, and begun clearing out the zombies, meaning they need to leave as well. In the hospital corridor, Chen Bai drags Su Xin along and directs her toward the rooftop so they can escape from there. Su Xin wonders why they cannot simply leave through the normal route since neither of them has turned into a zombie. With the zombie hanging upside down from the ceiling unnoticed, Chen Bai keeps running forward and explains that he does not have time to be isolated and questioned. Then he finally notices the zombie directly above him and immediately recognizes the danger. Chen Bai quickly raises his arms to protect himself. The zombie's claws tear across his hands, sending blood spraying out as Su Xin screams in fear. She stares at the creature in horror, unable to understand what it is. The zombie releases a vicious roar, and unlike the others they encountered before, this one is enormous. Blood splatters across the floor from Chen Bai's arm as he faces the enormous mutant zombie blocking the hall. Checking the wound, Chen Bai only grins at the discovery, intrigued that a mutant has actually appeared and wondering what kind of evolution the blacklight virus will produce after absorbing it. The zombie suddenly launches itself into the air and dives toward Chen Bai from above. Chen Bai digs his feet into the floor for driving force, then jumps away just as its hands smash into the ground. While still airborne, he twists himself around and lands a hit directly on the zombie's head. Its eyes gleam when it notices Chen Bai is about to land behind it, and it immediately spins around, swinging its arms toward him. Chen Bai arches his back and pulls his head away from the strike, narrowly avoiding it before landing safely and immediately grabbing another zombie by the head. The mutant bares its fangs and lets out a ferocious roar while Chen Bai absorbs the other zombie to replenish his energy. After observing his opponent, he determines that the mutant's overall quality is roughly on par with his own. Chen Bai swings his arm forward, releasing the vine-like aura from it at the same time, then drives a powerful punch into the mutant zombie's chest. The impact sends it crashing into the wall, leaving a deep dent in its chest as it remains pinned there. Noting how tough it is, Chen Bai steps back and skids across the floor. The mutant zombie angrily tears itself free from the wall, its eyes glowing even more menacingly as it turns toward him. While his injuries begin healing, Chen Bai recognizes that his current attacks are not causing enough effective damage, meaning the fight will take far too long at this rate. At that moment, someone smashes open the emergency box with an elbow. It is Su Xin, and despite trembling, she grabs the axe stored inside before swinging it toward Chen Bai. The axe spins through the air just as the mutant zombie charges at him with incredible speed. Chen Bai notices the attack and jumps away from its claws, grabbing the axe in the process while commending Su Xin for doing a good job. Using the mutant zombie's shoulder as a stepping stone, Chen Bai taunts it to come at him and decides they should finish this quickly. Its claws collide directly with Chen Bai's axe. His slashing attack manages to wound the mutant zombie, but its claws also tear into him, and the two continue exchanging attacks at incredible speed. Chen Bai eventually takes a huge step forward and swings the axe with all his strength, declaring that it can go to hell. As the mutant charges straight toward him, he throws the axe. They collide and both lose their balance while the weapon continues spinning through the air before striking the mutant zombie. Chen Bai grins, surprised that it can still hold on after taking so much punishment. He moves over, grabs the axe lodged in its head, and steps on its head to pull the weapon free, warning that wounds should never be left unfinished and that it should be careful when its death anniversary comes around. However, the mutant zombie's eyes suddenly turn bloodshot as its veins bulge with rage. Catching Chen Bai off guard, it grabs him and violently slams him against the wall. Chen Bai coughs up blood from the impact, while Su Xin watches in terror and flinches when the axe falls onto the floor beside her. The mutant zombie then drives its claws deep into Chen Bai's abdomen, yet instead of panicking, Chen Bai laughs internally. With something already on the brink of death, there is no other outcome left for it. and he considers the situation perfect. Confidently, Chen Bai challenges whether it really intends to tear him apart. The mutant zombie becomes startled and confused by his reaction, and suddenly, vine-like aura bursts from Chen Bai's abdomen and wraps around its hand. It immediately tries to pull away, but the vine spread rapidly along its arm. Chen Bai activates Evolution Devour, and before the mutant can escape, the aura has already wrapped around its entire body. Hovering above it while continuing to release the vines, Chen Bai questions whether it is finally afraid before declaring that it is already too late. Su Xin can only watch in horror as Chen Bai completely devours the mutant zombie with his skill, though she still cheers for him and applauds the victory. Soon after, the system notifies Chen Bai that the devour is complete and confirms that he has consumed a second-stage clawed zombie. A few moments later, Chen Bai lands on the ground as another notification announces that blacklight transformation is in progress. His claws gradually turn dark and razor-sharp, and the system confirms that he has obtained the clawed zombie ability, Bone Claws. Looking pleased with the result, Chen Bai considers the connection between devouring and evolving, then proudly displays his new ability and affirms that choosing the blacklight virus was indeed the correct decision. Before he can enjoy the result for long, the military suddenly arrives in the area. The soldiers spot Chen Bai and Su Xin and immediately point their guns at them, uncertain whether they are still living people as they order them to raise their hands. Chen Bai is startled by their sudden appearance, while the soldiers warn that they will count to 3 before opening fire if there is no response. The countdown begins. Su Xin becomes flustered when Chen Bai suddenly carries her, but he simply urges that they need to leave. As soon as the military leader reaches 3, he immediately gives the order to fire. Bullets rain down behind Chen Bai as he runs, and Su Xin directs him toward a safe passage on the right that leads to the rooftop. Several bullets strike Chen Bai while they continue escaping. Su Xin notices that he has been shot and becomes worried, but Chen Bai casually acknowledges it and instructs her not to speak or move around. A few moments later, they reach the rooftop, where Chen Bai kicks open the door while still carrying Su Xin. He immediately inquires where her home is, catching her off guard, but she manages to provide the address at Rongfeng neighborhood, North 4th Road, Nanbai Street. Chen Bai confirms that he has it, then suddenly accelerates. Su Xin is startled by how fast they begin moving and screams when Chen Bai jumps directly from the rooftop. She clings tightly to him while he continues running. Sometime later, they arrive at Rongfeng neighborhood on North 4th Road, Nanbai Street. Su Xin unlocks the door with her key, and once they enter, she directs Chen Bai toward the bathroom and requests permission to help clean and dress his wounds. Chen Bai declines at first, explaining that the bullet did not remain inside his body, and the injury is already almost healed. However, Su Xin insists on checking anyway, so Chen Bai smiles, agrees, and begins removing his clothes. Inside the bathroom, his shirt and jacket are left on the floor. Standing in front of him while he is shirtless, she becomes flustered, but still points out that traces of injuries remain on his hands. She becomes even more flustered after noticing that the wounds across his stomach and chest have not fully healed either. Chen Bai probes whether he will recover immediately, then questions what she intends to do, and whether she is willing to sacrifice herself. Bashfully, Su Xin reasons that he would not eat her, because he would have already done so earlier, if that had been his intention. Chen Bai leans closer, startling her as he corrects that assumption. He had not eaten her before simply because the environment was unsuitable. Su Xin is taken aback when Chen Bai tears her clothes and remarks that the current environment is much more suitable, once again questioning whether she is willing to be eaten so he can recover. Embarrassed, Su Xin looks away and requests that she be allowed to wash and clean herself first. Chen Bai agrees, then quickly leans down and kisses her. The two share a passionate kiss beneath the running shower. Meanwhile, outside the bathroom, a phone begins buzzing with several notifications. The phone appears to belong to Chen Bai. One message comes from Zhao Mu, wondering where he is because Song Ge, the school beauty, is looking for him. Another message comes from Song Ge, checking whether he is dead after hearing from his roommate that he went to Jiangcheng First Hospital. While walking down the street with groceries, Chen Bai recalls the strange incidents that happened in Jiangcheng before the trial arrived, including the sealed hospital, the suburban bombing, and the monster slaughterhouse, though he knows very little about any of them. There is simply too little information about what happened before the trial, and since nobody seems to care beyond occasionally mentioning it in casual conversation, the lack of clues is already giving him a headache. Suddenly, Su Xin calls Chen Bai. The moment he picks up, he informs her that he already bought breakfast and will be back soon, but Su Xin reports that 2 people came looking for him and claimed Song Ziqiang wanted to see him. immediately catching Chen Bai's interest. Watching the men through the peephole, Sushin remarks that they do not look like good people to her, and since they claim Song Zikyong wants to meet him, she suspects it might be a scam because Song Zikyong is the queen of Zhongcheng. Troubled by the situation, she wonders what she should do. So Chen Bai advises her that the men are not lying and instructs her to have them wait outside, which she agrees to do. Chen Bai knows Song Zikyong is Songgae's mother, and Songgae is his classmate who has had some entanglements with him. Looking through Songgae's repeated calls and messages, all checking on his condition and worrying that he might really be dead, Chen Bai figures it looks like Songjae went to see her mom. More importantly, if Song Zikyong can find her way to Sushin's place, then she must know something, making a meeting with her necessary. A few moments later, a car arrives at the suburban freezer warehouse. Inside the car, Chen Bai is escorted by the men while recalling Song Zikyong's background. She rises from rags to become the richest person in Zhongcheng, excelling in both legitimate and illegitimate affairs, and after the trial arrives, she awakens an A-level talent before rapidly building her own power. Eventually, Song Zikyong unifies Zhongcheng during the three-way competition, fully earning the title of Zhongcheng Queen. In his past life, she is someone Chen Bai could only look up to. But things are different now. If he can recruit Song Zikyong to his side, there will be far more he can accomplish during the interval before the trial arrives. As Chen Bai continues forward, a lady stands in front of him in the corridor of the suburban freezer warehouse. The man beside Chen Bai immediately bows to Song Zikyong and reports that Chen Bai has arrived. Song Zikyong apologizes for making Chen Bai come all the way there, explaining that she genuinely could not get away. Chen Bai goes straight to the point and questions why she wanted to see him. Song Zikyong reveals that Songgae ran home after losing contact with him at Zhongcheng First Hospital and requested her help. She claims she brought him there because she wanted to see what kind of man could make Songgae so nervous and what exactly made him so charming. Chen Bai does not buy that explanation and presses her for her real purpose. Seeing how straightforward he is, Song Zikyong admits she will not beat around the bush either. She offers Chen Bai the chance to become hers, adding that if he also likes Songgae, becoming her son-in-law is not impossible. Chen Bai doubts she has enough reason to want him, but Song Zikyong counters that after witnessing his heroic performance at the hospital, anyone would develop feelings. The mention of the hospital immediately shocks Chen Bai. Growing anxious, he recalls destroying the hospital's surveillance and power supply, then questions how she discovered what happened and tracked him down so quickly. As Song Zikyong presses the elevator button, she warns him not to underestimate her. At the very least, during the period between the lobby and the monitoring room, her people are still able to trace him. She then shows Chen Bai her phone and reveals that, conveniently, she has someone inside the hospital. The screen contains messages from a girl named Alan, who contacted Song Zikyong for help after becoming trapped in Ward 523 on the 5th floor. However, when Song Zikyong arranged for someone to go there, Alan reported that she was already safe because an extremely powerful person had killed all the zombies, something Song Zikyong initially assumed had to be a joke. Alan then sent her a video showing Chen Bai and Susin running together through the hospital corridor as proof. Song Zikyong continues that her luck has been fairly good because among the survivors brought out of isolation by the troops that morning, she happened to encounter one of Susin's familiar colleagues, Lu Feng. Hearing Lu Feng's name triggers Chen Bai's memory. The previous night at Sushin's house, Chen Bai confirms with Sushin that there really was a man named Lu Feng in the bathroom. Not only did he attempt to rape her, but he also pushed her toward the zombies. Sushin confirms it, adding that after using her to distract them, Lu Feng tried escaping through the window, only for the zombies to grab him and smash his head through the glass until he stopped moving. Chen Bai recalls the person hanging from the window and remarks that he had already considered him dead. Sushin responds that it would be best if Lu Feng really were dead because she hates him that much. And Chen Bai agrees. Looking flustered, Sushin declares that she already feels much better and wonders whether they should continue, but Chen Bai suggests leaving it there because he genuinely did not expect her to be a first-timer, especially after how tragic the earlier scream was. Sushin apologizes with a sigh, while Chen Bai reassures her that it is fine because they have plenty of time in the future. However, Sushin climbs on top of him and firmly declares that she has to satisfy her lifesaver that day. Back at the suburban freezer warehouse, near corridor freight elevator 1F, Chen Bai questions whether Song Zikyong can reveal where the isolated survivors are being kept. Song Zikyong promises to disclose the location if he agrees to become her man. Chen Bai implies that she is underestimating him, which Song Zikyong acknowledges, admitting that a single piece of information obviously cannot compare with his abilities. However, Chen Bai cuts her off and clarifies that she misunderstood him. What he actually means is that she knows far too little about him, and if she knew more, she would understand why he cannot become her man. Instead, Chen Bai reveals his bone claws and declares that she should be his. Alan immediately moves to protect Song Zikyong, while Song Zikyong considers whether the claws are some mutation caused by the zombie virus. Chen Bai demonstrates the power of the bone claws and corrects her assumption, then offers to explain what they truly are if she agrees to become his woman. Song Zikyong advances despite Alan's concern and counters that Chen Bai is the one underestimating her. A pair of claws alone is nowhere near enough to win her over, and since he already has a young and beautiful nurse, she cannot understand why he would be interested in an old aunt like her. Chen Bai seizes Song Zikyong's face and admits that no one would be untouched by such a beautiful married woman, then explains that everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. At least during these days before the apocalypse, there is far more Song Zikyong can do for him than Sushin. The mention of the apocalypse makes Song Zikyong skeptical, since so far there have only been a few zombies. Chen Bai immediately clarifies that those zombies are not even worthy of being called a warm-up. Song Zikyong points out that Chen Bai clearly knows a great deal, while Chen Bai reveals that it is far more than she can imagine. Knowing neither of them is the type to easily submit to someone else, Song Zikyong proposes cooperation instead, offering her assistance in exchange for his information while extending her hand. Chen Bai accepts and shakes Song Zikyong's hand, admitting that conquering the Queen of Jiangcheng really is not easy. Song Zikyong naturally agrees, then leans closer and reveals that she is actually looking forward to meeting a man capable of conquering her, so he had better keep trying. Before anything else can happen, sudden gunfire erupts nearby. Everyone is immediately alarmed, and Chen Bai demands to know what is happening. Song Zikyong remarks that last night, Commander Huang of the Jiangcheng military region dispatched Captain Zhao to negotiate with her, and they requisitioned several refrigerated warehouses to store live zombies and survivors rescued from the isolation hospitals. She asserts that the gunfire must be coming from them, but she wonders how anything could have gone wrong when only around 30 zombies are locked inside the cold storage, barely able to move, with half a platoon stationed there. Meanwhile, Chen Bai admits he never expected the zombies to be discovered this quickly because low temperatures make them sluggish. However, the general public has no idea that extreme conditions also increase the probability of zombie mutations. As he considers the suburban cold storage and the possibility of mutated zombies, he pieces the clues together and wonders if this could be the location of the suburban bombing. When Chen Bai proposes going there to investigate, Song Zikyong and Alan are stunned, while he considers the timing excellent and wonders what kind of mutation has appeared. At the cold storage, the military is already fighting a massive zombie, and the soldiers are ordered to throw hand grenades directly into its mouth. They immediately follow the command, triggering an explosion that engulfs the area in smoke. For a moment, only the massive silhouette of the mutated zombie remains visible, but as the smoke clears, the soldiers are horrified to find it completely unharmed. The creature becomes enraged, growling violently while gripping one of the soldiers in its hand. Captain Zhao, the supreme commander on site, announces that their weapons cannot inflict effective damage. So everyone must form groups with the people around them, scatter, and draw the monster in different directions. Their only objective is to endure until reinforcements arrive, and he demands confirmation that everyone understands. However, Captain Zhao is shocked when Song Zikyong arrives and orders him to cease fire and retreat. When he demands an explanation, she clarifies that they cannot hurt that meat mountain, so there is no reason to keep sending his men to their deaths. Instead, she directs him to protect her cold storage employees and the survivors brought over from the isolation hospital, then evacuate them as quickly as possible. Captain Zhao objects that this is impossible because the mutated zombie is not slow, meaning no one can escape unless someone stays behind to restrain it. At the same time, Lu Li, who appears to be one of the employees, is nearly seized by the mutated zombie. Song Zikyong orders Captain Zhao to follow her instructions and leave the monster alone because someone else will handle it. Right then, Chen Bai appears and catches the mutated zombie's hand with his bone claws, allowing the soldiers to rescue Lu Li. He remarks that it was only a casual grab, yet the force nearly dislocated him, proving the mutated zombie has grown to the point where brute force alone may no longer be enough. The creature immediately swings its arm to smash Chen Bai away, but he moves too quickly, carving multiple cuts across its arm instead. The mutated zombie loses its balance while Chen Bai lands safely on the ground. Once it regains its footing, the enraged creature finds Chen Bai standing directly in front of it, seemingly taunting it. Song Zikyong and Captain Zhao watch as the mutated zombie swings its arms again, only for the strike to crash into the building beside it. Concrete breaks apart while chunks of meat scatter everywhere. Captain Zhao questions what Chen Bai actually is and whether Song Zikyong has been nurturing some kind of monster, but she dismisses the accusation and insists that Chen Bai is human and her partner. Back in the fight, the mutated zombie is startled when Chen Bai stands atop the scattered pile of meat and refuses to let it consume any of it. He remarks that wasting so much meat would be a shame before activating Evolution Devour. Watching Chen Bai devour the meat sends the mutated zombie into another rage, and it throws a powerful punch toward him. The force of the attack sends a gust of wind towards Song Zikyong and Captain Zhao as the blow leaves a massive impact. Chen Bai avoids the attack by leaping away from the building, and while still in midair, the system notifies him that devouring the large quantity of frozen beef is complete. The blacklight virus evolves, slightly increasing his strength and endurance. Chen Bai acknowledges that the beef truly is premium quality since it not only restores his energy, but also grants him an upgrade. At the same time, he notices that the mutated zombie is trying to replenish itself, meaning it appears to be nearly exhausted. While the creature fumbles inside the building, Chen Bai twists through the air and moves behind it. Activating his bone claws, he announces that its time has come. The mutated zombie senses the incoming danger, but cannot evade the strike. Chen Bai lands a direct blow to its head, and both Song Zikyong and Captain Zhao are stunned as the massive creature collapses. Chen Bai stands on top of its head with his claws buried inside. However, when he pulls his hand free, he is surprised to see the mutated zombie's hands still moving, nearly crushing him between them. Instead of retreating, Chen Bai grins and declares that the timing is perfect. His vine-like aura erupts and binds the massive hands in place. Captain Zhao is terrified by what he sees and insists that something like this cannot possibly be normal. Chen Bai then activates Evolution Devour, causing the vine-like aura to spread across the mutated zombie and completely surround it. Watching from the side, Captain Zhao concludes that Chen Bai cannot possibly be human. Song Zikyong becomes alert when she hears Captain Zhao mention that those monsters should not be able to move, and his behavior suggests he is preparing something. He hurriedly contacts his forces over the radio to confirm whether reinforcements have arrived, then prepares to authorize a missile launch and relay the coordinates. Before he can finish, someone taps him on the shoulder. Captain Zhao immediately becomes intimidated when he sees who it is. Song Zikyong and Alin stare at him meaningfully, while Song Zikyong warns him to remain composed and consider his next move carefully. Chen Bai is currently helping them, and he has already saved him. With a menacing look, she warns him not to do anything foolish, or the consequences will end badly for everyone. 10 minutes later, rifles click into place as the newly arrived reinforcements load their weapons and immediately surround Chen Bai. Song Zikyong is startled when Captain Zhao announces over the radio that live rounds are loaded and everyone needs to stay alert. She quickly approaches him and reminds him not to forget what he mentioned earlier, while Captain Zhao confirms that as long as Chen Bai does not attack, he will not order anyone to fire. Meanwhile, Chen Bai keeps his eyes closed as he absorbs the mutated zombie. The system prompts that his first obtainment of the zombie virus variant Flesh Mountain grants him strength form, rewards him with a primary gain of 500 virus points, and unlocks the talent Virus Injection. When Chen Bai opens his eyes, another system prompt informs him that devouring the rare mutant, first-stage strength-type Flesh Mountain zombie has greatly enhanced every ability of the Blacklight virus. He immediately tests his bone claws, swinging them through the air. Before the system informs him that he has also obtained the Flesh Mountain strength form ability, Heavy Hammer. Chen Bai activates it in his other hand to test it as well, and after examining the sharper bone claws, he remarks that this is indeed a significant evolution. With the bone claws on his right hand and the heavy hammer on his left, Chen Bai proudly examines his new abilities. He can feel an incredibly powerful force inside the heavy hammer, though unfortunately there is nothing nearby for him to test it on. The heavy hammer soon subsides, and Chen Bai reaches into his pocket for what he considers the biggest gain of the day, the Flesh Mountain Core. Examining it, Chen Bai notes that the Flesh Mountain Core is an extremely rare material capable of crafting equipment, and if he can find a way to control it, he could even create a flesh wall that grows infinitely. He briefly wonders whether he should feed it more and grow another flesh mountain to test its strength. Before he can continue, Song Zikyong calls out to him, startling Chen Bai enough to immediately hide the Flesh Mountain Core back inside his pocket. With a gesture, Song Zikyong offers to introduce him to Lu Li, who approaches with a bright smile on her face. The moment Chen Bai sees Lu Li, he recognizes her as a well-known journalist in Zhangcheng and a somewhat famous internet celebrity, then inquires whether she was the one secretly filming him at the hospital. Lu Li confirms that it was her, and thanks Chen Bai for saving her twice. Chen Bai brushes it off as a coincidence before inquiring whether she recorded him killing the Flesh Mountain. Lu Li apologizes and admits that recording it was simply a professional habit, though she can delete the footage if he wants. Chen Bai instead insists that she keep it but not release it because he has a use for the recording, and she acknowledges the instruction. Captain Zhao then calls out to Chen Bai and informs him that their military district commander, Commander Huang, hopes he can explain everything about himself and everything he knows to the military. Chen Bai looks over at Captain Zhao, who is standing several meters away behind the barricade, leaving him speechless. The name Huang Xingqiu immediately brings back memories because it is a name Chen Bai finds difficult to forget. After the trials arrived, Huang Xingqiu coerced awakened people who were weak and alone, treating them like pigs and dogs. At first, they used patriotism and national righteousness to placate them, but later, it became nothing more than arbitrary beatings and insults. Chen Bai was one of those people, struggling and starving until he could barely even get a proper meal. To him, the most ridiculous part was that anyone who tried to leave would be accused of treason and hunted down, eventually forcing him to leave Zhangcheng. Back in the present, Chen Bai turns to Song Zikyong and inquires whether he should go explain everything. Song Zikyong immediately rejects the idea since she does not know anything yet. Chen Bai smiles discreetly and tries to reason with her, but she cuts him off and insists that he does not need to worry because she will handle it. Song Zikyong starts walking toward Captain Zhao, and when he notices her approaching, Captain Zhao mentions that he hopes both Chen Bai and Song Zikyong understand their duty as citizens of Longguo. Before he can continue, Song Zikyong firmly confronts him and dismisses his words as nonsense, insisting that he stop speaking like an official because he is only a platoon leader and is not qualified enough. Instead, he should inform Huang Xingqiu that if he has any issues, he can come to her himself. Captain Zhao is left completely lost for words. Suddenly, a man contacts Captain Zhao and reports that the isolated personnel are causing trouble, requesting instructions on how to handle them. Hearing about the isolated personnel, Chen Bai inquires whether someone named Lu Feng is among them. Captain Zhao checks with the man, who confirms that Lu Feng is there and is causing the most trouble. Chen Bai then requests to see Lu Feng, prompting Captain Zhao to order the man to bring him over. The man immediately salutes and acknowledges the command. A few moments later, Lu Feng arrives, and after seeing Captain Zhao, he wonders whether Captain Zhao was looking for him and whether his father had already called. He then proudly announces that his father is Lu Huainong, the vice president of the first hospital. Suddenly, someone taps Lu Feng on the shoulder. It is Chen Bai, who immediately activates virus injection and injects the zombie virus into Lu Feng. Chen Bai casually explains that he was looking for Lu Feng because someone wanted him to pass along a message. Startled, Lu Feng demands to know who Chen Bai is. Leaning forward, Chen Bai reveals that Su Xin informed him last night in bed that because of what Lu Feng did to her with the zombies, she wants him dead. Lu Feng immediately becomes nervous and demands to know how Chen Bai knows about it, insisting that Su Xin could not possibly still be alive. Chen Bai suddenly steps away and announces that everyone should move back because Lu Feng is about to turn into a zombie. Lu Feng fires back that Chen Bai is the one about to turn into a zombie, accusing him of playing games and trying to trick him. He also demands to know how the witch Su Xin could possibly be with him, but as he becomes enraged and prepares to attack Chen Bai, dark veins begin spreading across his head. Those veins rapidly consume Lu Feng's head, and while he shrieks that Chen Bai will die, his voice begins turning into a growl. Lu Feng starts transforming into a zombie, and when he charges at Chen Bai, all he can do is growl in rage. Chen Bai immediately activates Heavy Hammer. With one powerful punch, he completely obliterates Lu Feng. A few moments later, Chen Bai examines the result and remarks that the ability is not bad, even admitting that Heavy Hammer is stronger than he expected. Captain Zhao, meanwhile, is petrified and covered in blood as he wonders whether the hand he just witnessed is some kind of mutant hand and whether Chen Bai is actually a superhuman. Chen Bai then turns towards Song Zikyong and remarks that she did well enough, so once they return, he can share some information with her. Song Zikyong approaches him and suggests that from now on, he can call her Zikyong or Song Jae. Intrigued, Chen Bai inquires about the reason. Song Zikyong explains that she does not believe being Chen Bai's partner is worth it, and wonders whether it is still possible for her to become one of those who wants to be with him now. Her words leave Chen Bai speechless. After a moment, Chen Bai responds that it depends on Song Zikyong's value and performance. A white car travels through the empty street, with Alan driving while Lu Li, Chen Bai, and Song Zikyong ride inside. With the timing working out perfectly, Song Zikyong requests that Chen Bai come over to her place for dinner, and Chen Bai responds that she shouldn't disturb him until he gets to her house. Song Zikyong agrees. With that settled, he announces that it is time for the lottery draw and prepares to see whether defeating the Meat Mountain gave him anything good. Chen Bai opens his inventory and is surprised to find 2 skill books, noting that his luck doesn't seem bad. The first contains the active skill Rampage Bloodlust, which increases all attributes by 3 for 10 minutes and has a cooldown of 1 day. However, during that cooldown, all attributes decrease by 50%, making it completely not worth using for him. Chen Bai checks the second skill book and finds the passive skill Muscle Enhancement, which greatly increases muscle mass while doubling the growth rate of strength and constitution. That doesn't work for him either, because, from what he knows, everyone who used it in his previous life eventually turned into muscle freaks and greatly reduced their flexibility. Even so, he notes that while the 2 skill books are useless to him, they are extremely valuable during the early stages of the trial. Whether they are used to build a faction or rally people, both have plenty of value. Speaking of building a faction, Chen Bai decides that it is time to start planning. Looking at his current money, he notices that killing the Meat Mountain rewarded him with 6 gold coins, which is just enough to establish a chat group. Through that chat group, he can gather pioneers and help them build a solid foundation before the trial begins. As he prepares to spend 5 gold coins to create it, Chen Bai recalls how complicated the factions become during the later stages of the trial in his previous life, making the relationships established during the early stages especially important. The system informs Chen Bai that Chat Group 001 is being created and requests a name, while also explaining that selecting cancel will automatically name it according to its number. Chen Bai cancels the naming process, and the system confirms the creation of Chat Group 01 under the name 001 Chat Group. At that moment, Chen Bai recalls Heloise and vows that he will rebuild his White Emperor's city and turn it into a divine kingdom. Looking determined, he declares that Heloise will become the lowliest dog beneath his feet. 3 hours later, they arrive at Song Zikyong's private villa. Song Zikyong observes that once the cosmic trial begins, more than 90% of people will become monsters or gifted evolvers, while firearms and most electronic devices will become useless. Chen Bai explains that this is everything he can currently reveal to her, then has her confirm whether the information is enough to let her prepare and gain an advantage. Song Zikyong responds that it still isn't enough, so she gets straight to the point and inquires how she can become his person. Chen Bai lays out 2 conditions. The first is ability because he has no need for useless people, while the second is loyalty. Absolute loyalty like a loyal dog toward its master. Song Zikyong immediately proclaims that she can provide loyalty. As for ability, she confidently believes she is qualified because nobody in Zhongcheng can compare to her influence, money, and status. However, Chen Bai notes that the rules and values after the trial will be completely different, meaning her current power, status, and money will hold no value beyond making the idea of enslaving her even more tempting. Song Zikyong grows anxious as she imagines herself and Songji tied up on a stage while a host announces that the next auction items are the former queen and princess of Jiangcheng, tempting the audience with the chance to bring the once lofty queen home. She then inquires about the difference between becoming a loyal dog here and becoming someone else's plaything. Chen Bai responds that here, there will be a stage where she can fully use her strength and a master who will never restrict her out of fear, because he will always remain stronger than her and stand above her. Song Ziqiang feels that hesitating any longer could make her miss an extremely important opportunity. Without delaying further, she kneels and bows before Chen Bai, declaring that she is willing to serve him as her master, leaving Chen Bai speechless. Chen Bai admits that Song Ziqiang's reputation and status make the emotional value she can provide extremely high, which is quite exciting. He lifts Song Ziqiang's chin and commands her to let him witness her charm in person, while also mentioning that he has several tasks for her to handle. A few moments later, Alan and Lu Li appear to receive a message. Through the chat group, Song Ziqiang instructs Alan to have Lu Li send Chen Bai's video to her and take her home because she has been through too much during the past few days and needs to rest. After that, she wants someone assigned to keep Chen Bai's posts prominently displayed across major forums, using the post titled "To the Pioneers" under the post ID Pioneer White Emperor. Alan approaches Lu Li and relays that Song Ziqiang wants her to send Chen Bai's video over and then return home to rest. Hearing that she is being sent home, Lu Li wonders whether there is really nothing she can help with. Alan explains that Song Ziqiang believes she has been through too much during the past 2 days and wants her to return home, reset, and calm down. Lu Li agrees, remarking that although she nearly dies at the hands of zombies that day, the shock somehow doesn't feel as intense as when she first saw a zombie. Remembering how Chen Bai saved her earlier, Lu Li reflects that she doesn't know whether she has simply accepted the possibility of dying at the hands of zombies or whether Chen Bai's strength makes her feel at ease. A few moments later, a contact registered as daughter calls the phone in Chen Bai's hand, and he immediately recognizes that it is Songye. Songye is calling Song Ziqiang's phone, and once the call connects, she mentions that Alan informed her she should come home and wants to know whether something happened. Chen Bai answers instead, and after revealing that it is him. Songye is surprised that he has Song Ziqiang's phone and immediately inquires where her mom is. With a sleazy smile, Chen Bai responds that Song Ziqiang is busy working and eating, leaving her no time to talk, so she should simply come home because something important needs to be discussed. Songye agrees and insists that Chen Bai remain at home because she sent him so many messages without receiving a response. Before she can continue, Chen Bai ends the call. Songye looks embarrassed as she curses Chen Bai and vows that sooner or later she will make him kneel beneath her pomegranate skirt. Meanwhile, Song Ziqiang remains kneeling before Chen Bai, calling him master and requesting that he also protect her daughter. Chen Bai criticizes Songye for lacking ability and having a character spoiled rotten by her indulgence. However, he assures her that if Song Ziqiang works hard enough, he can guarantee that Songye will most likely avoid becoming a monster when the trial arrives. Song Ziqiang looks pleased and thanks Chen Bai. The next day, they arrive at an empty secret warehouse in the suburbs. Inside the car, Songye questions whether Song Ziqiang has been deceived by Chen Bai and how she can possibly believe something so absurd. Song Ziqiang calmly explains that this is precisely why she stopped Songye from looking for Chen Bai the other night. Once she gets out of the car, she should remain silent and simply watch obediently, leaving Songye surprised. On the other side, Chen Bai stands in front of the warehouse with Alan behind him. Alan reports that she visited every location in the entire city rumored to contain zombies or monsters the previous day. But in the end, this is the only place she found. Alan explains that the location used to be an underground casino, but both the house and the gamblers inside have now turned into zombies. There are roughly 160 of them, though she found no special zombies like the Meat Mountain. Chen Bai gives the matter some thought. He considers whether this could be the zombie slaughterhouse, but quickly notes that it seems impossible. The hospital situation happened because they were indoors, while the Meat Mountain was notable because it was extremely difficult to kill. This place, on the other hand, is remote enough that even if something happens, it would be difficult for people to remember it and spread the story. Chen Bai confirms whether Alan truly visited every place rumored to have zombies and monsters only to find them here, and Alan confirms it. From that, He notes that someone still appears to be collecting zombies, and wherever that person places them should be the zombie slaughterhouse. Yet even the military only dares to contain a few dozen zombies at most, while this person apparently wants to gather every zombie and monster available. Chen Bai wonders whether the person behind it is simply a curious adventurer or another pioneer who already knows some information, and he finds the possibility quite exciting. Chen Bai prepares himself and declares that they should open the door. Two men on each side begin pulling it open, and fierce zombies immediately force their way out. The man helping with the door is terrified by the sight as the zombies swarm together, practically fighting over which one will reach Chen Bai first. Chen Bai immediately kicks away the first zombie that charges him. Su Jin flinches while filming the scene, while Song Ge watches in horror. A short while later, Chen Bai uses virus absorption on one of the zombies. By this point, he has already defeated a mountain of them, and after absorbing the last one, the system congratulates him for obtaining the title Zombie Hunter after killing more than 300 zombies. The Zombie Hunter title increases all attributes by 5 and raises his damage against zombies by 5%. The system also notifies Chen Bai that he has collected 500 samples of zombie-class viruses, allowing him to exchange virus points for the zombie virus serum formula through the talent tree zombie virus entry. Chen Bai is startled by the notification, then grins at the thought of obtaining the zombie virus serum formula. He considers it extremely valuable because even awakened talents can still be troubled by zombie viruses. After unlocking the formula for 300 virus points, he reflects that not everyone possesses talents immune to viruses or an ultra-strong physique. Chen Bai then calls Song Zikyong over, instructing her to gather everyone while checking whether they still remember what he explained before they set off. Song Zikyong confidently confirms that they do, while Alan and Su Xin appear nervous and Song Ge looks disgusted enough to throw up. Holding a bat, Su Xin explains that fighting zombies with cold weapons greatly reduces the chance of becoming monsters when the trial arrives, while killing zombies without getting injured guarantees that they will not turn into monsters. Chen Bai grabs a zombie by the neck and commands them to show him their strength before calling for the first volunteer. Alan puts on her gloves and volunteers to go first. The moment Chen Bai releases the zombie, she charges forward, grabs it by the arm, swings it through the air, and slams it into the ground. Its neck breaks, and blood spills from its mouth. Chen Bai evaluates her performance, noting that she is fast, ruthless, and accurate. Song Zikyong goes next and swings her bat directly into the zombie's head. After knocking it down, she repeatedly strikes it until it finally dies. Chen Bai notes that her strength is lacking because although she knocks it down with one hit, finishing it takes more than 10 additional strikes. A short while later, another zombie lies dead on the ground. Su Xin is the one who eliminates it, though she ends up underneath the zombie and completely out of breath. Chen Bai remarks that her strength is far too weak since the zombie manages to tackle her, but she still kills it by relying on her familiarity with the structure of the human body. Song Zikyong announces that it is Song Ge's turn. Song Ge is so terrified that tears run from her eyes as she raises her bat, but before she can fight, she suddenly urinates on herself. She drops to her knees and admits that she cannot do it, prompting Song Zikyong to immediately approach and comfort her. Chen Bai concludes that Song Ge becomes terrified enough to wet herself without even fighting, meaning she fails. He then calls Song Zikyong over and requests that she come to him, and she immediately responds. Chen Bai explains that Alin has already searched every place where rumors of zombies and monsters appeared, but found nothing, which is abnormal, so she needs to investigate the matter thoroughly. Even with her attention still focused on Song Ge, Song Zikyong agrees. Song Zikyong tries to bring up Song Ge, but Chen Bai cuts her off, remarking that the situation is unfortunate, especially for Song Ge, because he does not have enough time to train them slowly. Because of that, Song Zikyong needs to arrange Song Ge's practice herself. However, Song Zikyong protests that he still has not eliminated the virus. Chen Bai hands her a piece of paper and instructs her to take it. The moment Song Zikyong sees it, she is startled and questions what it is. After taking the paper, she discovers that it contains the zombie virus serum formula and immediately comments on how complicated the steps are. Chen Bai explains that she can simply place the required materials onto the formula and generate it herself, which is exactly what makes potion formulas so valuable. Song Zikyong thanks Chen Bai for trusting her, promising that she will complete the task he entrusted to her and keep the formula safe. Chen Bai orders her to handle her work and arrange for someone to send him back. Song Ziqiang immediately bows and agrees, suggesting that Shuanger can escort him. A short while later, Chen Bai looks through his phone and mutters that many people should have already seen his post, though he does not know whether anyone contacted him beforehand. After checking the post, he finds plenty of comments, but most of them are complete nonsense. One person even mocks him by wondering which mental hospital he escaped from and whether he is trying to write a novel. Chen Bai looks appalled by the responses and questions what kind of nonsense he is seeing. Then something catches his attention. A user named I'm Not a Shill has privately messaged Chen Bai, claiming that he really is a pioneer and demanding to know what Chen Bai knows, why he has not replied, and whether he has even seen the messages. Seeing this, Chen Bai notes that apparently not everyone there is from Letzi, meaning the post has produced at least some results. I'm Not a Shill continues pressing Chen Bai about whether he is there and what exactly a pioneer is, desperately requesting a reply. Chen Bai instead inquires about the type of his talent. I'm Not a Shill excitedly acknowledges that Chen Bai finally responded and reveals that his talent is S-level mental control, only to immediately recognize what he just disclosed and wonder whether he was actually allowed to reveal it so easily. Chen Bai responds that he should not have done that, but assures him that he will not disclose the information. He then instructs him to open the communication function on the panel that pioneers unlock early and search for chat group 01. Chen Bai has already explained some basic information inside the group's documents, so after reading them, he can come back if there is anything else he needs to know. Soon, Chen Bai sees a system message welcoming someone named Han Xiao into the chat group, leaving him confused. Han Xiao confirms that the group really exists and decides to change his group name. He then remembers something else and requests permission to invite another person. When Chen Bai inquires who it is, Han Xiao explains that someone named Shuichuan previously tagged Chen Bai, but since Chen Bai never replied, he contacted Han Xiao privately instead. Shuichuan wanted to know what Han Xiao knew, but since Han Xiao knew nothing at the time, he simply ignored him. The moment Chen Bai sees the name, he is shocked and exclaims that it must be him. Chen Bai recalls the emperor-level powerhouse known as Suikyun and smiles triumphantly. He quickly types his response, approving the invitation and adding that if Han Xiao encounters any other pioneers, he can invite all of them as well. Chen Bai laughs triumphantly. A moment later, the chat group welcomes someone named Shuichuan.